Good morning, and I'm so glad to see you. Today, this is the sixth lecture in the series, and we are going to talk about the topic Future is Faster Than What You Think. We know that startups' main objective is to फाइंड अ बिजनेस मॉडल। एक ऐसे बिजनेस मॉडल की खोज करनी है जो रिपीटेबल हो, स्केलेबल हो और प्रॉफिटेबल हो। और फ्यूचर इज फास्टर देन व्हाट यू थिंक, ये जो टॉपिक है, दिस इज गिवन बाय प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर पीटर डायमंडिस, and he came back and he says we should be working on the items which are abundance. We should try to create abundance. We should do exponential growth. So with that, let us start our this morning's talk. Okay, this class, we are so thankful to Vinod Rao, such a brilliant person. Vinod, we are going to miss you dearly. We have the course faculty where we have Professor Suresh Roy, expert in the new product introduction, NPI, and in the manufacturing. And he has worked for 4 startups and also worked for the bigger companies like Cisco and Quantum. So very rich manufacturing experience, new product introduction experience. Then we have Professor Raj Jaswa. He will be teaching in this coursework also, but not today. And Professor Jaswa is a serial entrepreneur. He graduated from IIT Bombay, but now he has been teaching entrepreneurship at IIT Bombay, IIT Gandhinagar, and VNIT, and of course, he is the adjunct professor at BIT Sindri. Then we have Professor Dr. Prakash Kumar, head of the department, Production and Industrial Engineering, BIT Sindri. He is the heartbeat of this entrepreneurship program. He is the one who kind of fueled it, energized it, and then we invited guest speakers. These are the entrepreneurs who will be sharing their journey with you. Very thankful to Ria Arora of Babson College, Boston, and also to Rena Arora of Harker School for all the visuals which are in this, which they did for this course. Thank you so much. The course faculty is Professor Suresh Roy, who has a rich experience in the new product introduction with his 4 startups and also a rich experience at Cisco and Quantum and many other companies. So he will be taking us through the new product introduction. And he is also a mentor in our class. Thank you, Professor Suresh Roy. We have Professor Raj Jaswal, who is the serial entrepreneur. And he is also teaching entrepreneurship as adjunct professor at IIT Bombay, IIT Gandhinagar, and of course at BIT Sindri. And my name is Ramesh Yadav. I'm adjunct professor entrepreneurship at JUT and BIT Sindri. And then we'll have invited guest entrepreneurs, speakers who will be coming and sharing their experience with us, with the class. And thank you to Ria Arora of Babson College and Rena Arora of Harker School for helping us in the visuals of making the visuals of the presentation. The future is faster than you think. How converging technology, we talk about convergence, right? How converging technologies are allowing business to accelerate, thrive, and advance. Take, for example, drone. So many technologies came together. The GPS, the gyro, the airlift, and and then all those different different development, different design which are being used. That all came together in the drone. That's just one example. Of course, there are many like the space research which is happening, and the SpaceX who has gone, and they are really making advance. All those are because of the converging technology, convergence of technology. Okay. So human development over 150,000 years, that has been, for first 150,000 years, has been local and linear, right? It's just because there was no communication with the people far out. There was no opportunity to travel. There was no ships to cross the ocean. And then, so it was local and one step at a time, that is linear. Same step, that's what was happening. And then, what happened after that? Then it turned into global and exponential, this last 150,000 years, global and exponential. And that actually changed everything. Exponential technology today. What are the exponential technology? But well, the sensors, the networks, the artificial intelligence, the robotics, 3D printing, VR and AR, virtual reality and augmented reality, synthetic biology, blockchain. They have made faster, cheaper computing power. Thanks to NVIDIA, who provided this chip, the GPU, which had such a huge power. It was processing the data so fast. And then now it is being used in the AI. And that's why that company has become like over $3 trillion, creating that wealth it has done. So reinventing every business. So AI is what it's doing is reinventing every business model and ecosystem. It is going to do that. So time from invention to production, let's go back, see what happens. What is today and what was happening before? A fluorescence lamp, it was invented in 1852, and it took 82 years to develop it and convert it into a product, and it was released in 1934. 1852 it was invented, 1934 it came for use, the customer could use them. Radar, 1887, it was invented in 1887. And the time lag, it took 46 years for that radar technology to become so that it can be used. And it was 1933 when the radar was used successfully. Zipper. Zipper was invented in 1891. 1891. So those zipper and took 34 years before it was implemented and made a product, and that was in 1925. And then the television was invented in 1907, and it took 29 years, and the television became a product, consumer product, in 1936. And the last, which is the transistor, semiconductor transistor. It was invented in 1940, and it took 10 years to make a product out of it. And that was in 1950 when the first transistor was announced. So you can see that as the time in last 100 years almost, all these technologies were invented. And the time to go from invention to the product, it decreased from 82 years to 10 years within a decade. Within a decade. So people have no idea how fast things are changing. They are really doing the changing. And what we saw, the advantage, we saw that advantage in our COVID-19 time, 2019 and 20. Thousands of people were dying every day. And just everybody was helpless. But scientists were working on the vaccine for the COVID. And this time they used the data, they processed the data so fast that the vaccine was created within 9-10 months. And thank God that it was introduced. And thanks to the companies in India who were able to manufacture it. So and it happened because the technology converged with the exponential, the data processing, fast data processing, and that's what resulted that so many lives were saved. And the COVID-19 is now behind us. So COVID-19 has taught the whole world, power of exponential. Exponential. What is exponential? How exponential growth feel like? We'll talk about that. Now just say you take 30 linear step. Take 30 linear step so one step is each meter. So after taking 30 linear step, you will be going 30 meters because it is a linear step. And so you'll be going 30 meters. And now if you go exponential step, your first step will be 1 meter, second step will be 2, third will be 4, fourth step will be 8, and then fifth step will be 16, and so on. So each time, the number of meters for the step, that keeps on increasing exponentially. And by the time you have taken 30 steps, you would have gone around the earth 26 times. 26 times. This is the power of exponential. Think about it. Think how you can implement the exponential in your own work, what we are doing. Understanding the subject matter exponentially. Going through and reading it exponentially. So how does it look? How does on the graph, the linear and exponential? So product started here and both were going by this. Red is the linear and yellow is the exponential trend. So you can see that it goes, both are a kind of, there's not much of a difference, but then all of a sudden here, the yellow chart, it just took off very sharp. And so what happened was here, it went so fast. Of course, there is a disruptive stress, but it also created opportunity. And today, if you see that, because of the AI, which is AI, what it is doing is the repetitious work, जो भी काम बार बार जो करते हैं, एक ही काम बार बार जो करते हैं, उस काम को ऑटोमेटेड कर दिया है. दैट्स व्हाट दे डिड. असेंबली करना है तो उस वो काम का है तो उसको ऑटो मशीन से ऑटोमेटिक असेंबली करने लगे. कैलकुलेशन, जो long calculation which were doing those calculations are done by the automation. So automation has come in. So what AI did, it gave a disruptive. What happened? So because it's a lot of unemployment happened. Unemployment happens, but opportunity is the cost of the product has gone down now. Opportunity, the the workers who are who got unemployed, they can go and join. It'll be incentive for them to learn the new way of doing the work, or new skills they will develop. So the exponential is has caused disruptive. It is definitely a huge growth, creating a lot of wealth, but it has created a lot of disruption. And however, that disruption and stress are the opportunity to grow. So linear and exponential. This is a very good example. Kodak, you know about the Kodak, right? Kodak was the company, the single name in the photographic. That's everybody knows Kodak. Kodak in 1996 was a $28 billion company, $28 billion company. But by year 2012, 16 साल के बाद, just 16 years after, it went bankrupt. When it went bankrupt, they had 17,000 employees. Before, in 1996, they had 140,000 employees. And they kept on shrinking down. And so they had in 2012, they had 17,000 employees. And because they were not making any money, so they went bankrupt. The market cap, which was 28 billion, it went to 1 billion. Look at how much loss that company had. And the interesting part is the Kodak was the first one which came up with a digital camera in their lab. They were the first company. And they had developed it. But they did not bring it to the market. They thought at that time that no, this is the picture the physical picture. People when hold the picture, that has some value proposition kind of thing to the customer, and customer feels good. So they did not look at it, and they just they put the digital camera back in the locker. So look here now. What happened now? Look here. So this chart shows the analog photos. And the other one shows this is all photos taken. Analog is yellow chart, and all photos taken is this brownish chart or yellowish chart, a brownish chart. Right? So what has happened, it was the majority of, if you can see, majority of the uh, cameras, they were analog cameras. And then you can see it started making a difference here, somewhere in this area, it started making a difference. And then all of a sudden comes to 2000, and all of a sudden the digital camera was manufactured by a lot of companies, and Kodaks, or the people taking the analog pictures, they just, that kind of went down. And today, hardly anybody uses the analog picture. It's all today. Everything is, you can see here, everything is digital. 1.6 trillion photos were taken in year 2017. 1.6 trillion photos. So how fast the things can change? These are the companies, very big companies, amazing companies. And they grew up and they have been here long time. But see what happened. Sears valuation in 2006 was 14 billion. Thus, after 10 साल के बाद less than 1 billion, 1 billion, less than 1 billion. JC Penney, 18 billion, 1.7 billion. Within 10 years, and you can see what is what is that 10 years actually? That 10 years is the expansion of the internet era. Right? So internet time mein. So Nordstrom went from 12.48 to 7. Kohl's and Macy's, like everything, everybody really lost. And then Target, 38%. They went down by 38%. Walmart stays, it went down. It didn't go down, but it gained, it slightly gained, and it gained about 15%. And then Amazon, which was $17 billion company in 2006, by 2016, it was 474 billion, and now it is almost like $3 trillion company, maybe more. So you can see how fast things can change. एक disruption आया, and that disruption was the introduction of the internet. That internet technology, which was a disruptive technology, that came and it created disruption, and that's what the result was. But you can see today what effect it is. As a user, the price of the product has gone down. So all this convergence of technology has helped a lot. So now, what is fueling? How you can get? What is that exponential framework? कैसे exponential होगा? So there are 6 Ds, which are actually the framework of this exponential growth. एक तो है डिजिटाइज मतलब कि you have your product as a digital product. Digital product means it is just a software product. That means you can actually transfer the product, finished product, you can send by the internet, and then customer can have it right away. So, and if any changes need to be done, any upgrade, the factories, the companies, they just on their they issue those fix those bugs, and they release the next version. So that digitized, that has become the key factor. तो क्या हो रहा है? एक तो you're not spending any money in the inventory. There's no inventory there, right? No inventory. There is, and so the the building, the building, all those the equipment, assembly equipment is not there anymore. All the, of course, they have the computers, they have calculating devices, faster system that they have. But the digitized is the you are serving the customer much better, much faster, and your growth, right? Digitized. So, वो तो, our products, our startup should be repeatable, scalable, and profitable. कितनी जल्दी वो scalable हो जाएगा if we if it is done right. Then deceptive. डी से डिसेप्टिव, डिसेप्टिव है जो, वो है कि अगर जैसे लुक फॉर इंटरनेट, जब इंटरनेट बना था शुरू में, जब इंटरनेट आया था, तो ये यूज होता था कि यू कैन ट्रांसफर द इंफॉर्मेशन, डेटा इंफॉर्मेशन, डेटा एक्सचेंज के लिए वो हुआ. एंड देन it then they say, oh, we can use it for the email also, right? तो सब तब ईमेल से बात करने लगे. And today hardly anybody uses a postal email. वो जो पत्र लिखने का जो है वो खत्म हो गया. So all you have is now you write a note, you write a message, and you write an email. So the letter writing that has gone. So nobody knew that it could be that's what it will do. Look before we could never imagine कि we will be able to buy hot prepared food on the internet. 20 साल पहले it was impossible. Nobody could even dream of it. Nobody could have dreamed that you will be buying these fashion clothes from the internet. पहले तो था कि जाके आप दुकान जाइए, दुकान में जाके अपने कपड़ा देखिए, कपड़ा ट्राई कीजिए, and then you go ahead and buy it. That was the normal thing which was happening. No more. You go to the website and you order what you want. Cost has gone down. Then the next is dematerialized. Dematerialized जो है, that is जो product में जो material यूज होता था, बिल ऑफ मटेरियल जो था, अब वो बिल ऑफ मटेरियल कम हो गया. जितना बिल ऑफ मटेरियल कम होगा उतनी कॉस्ट कम होगी, उतना सिस्टम ज्यादा रिलायबल होगा. सो आज से 25-30 साल पहले you will see, आप लोग तो all of you were not even born then, but just I'll tell you, ask your parents. तो होता था, टेप रिकॉर्डर होता था, टेलीफोन होता था, रिकॉर्ड प्लेयर होता था, सीडी प्लेयर होता था. ऑल दोज आर डिफरेंट. रील टू रील प्लेयर होता था. एंड देन टेलीविजन अलग से होता था. ऑल दीज वर काइंड ऑफ different product which are there. And then came the smartphone. And the smartphone, what it did was it converts everything. Oh, इतनी बड़े बड़ी चीजें सब इसमें आ गए. Now you can use it as a phone. You can take a picture as a camera. You can do your calculation. You can go and send an email. You just you can go to the different website, do the research. You can do anything, whatever you want to do. Knowledge, it is a source of knowledge. And today, all of the kids in the class, all the students in the class, all of you are between the age of 17 to 21. And so you have seen the smartphone. Every one of you have seen, have put your hands on either a smartphone, either an iPhone, either an iPad, and by the time you were 2 years old. So this is going to make a difference because you have learned the the how to get knowledge from the smartphone, how to get the things of your interest from the smartphone. So dematerialize and then demonetize. Demonetize मतलब वो है कि कंपनी आपको फ्री देती है. Can you imagine? Just think about कि what are the free things you are getting? YouTube video, that's free. Skype, that is free. WhatsApp, that is free. Search engine, Google, that is free. Right? So all of those things are free. Demonetize, but still those companies are making money. The reason why they make money because they are charging, they are using that platform, giving you free, but they are selling that data or giving the advertisement. Whenever they you see something, you will see advertisement there. So the advertiser are paying for to have their product advertised in the whatever platform you are watching. So that's how वो लोग बिना पैसे के, उसीलिए यूट्यूब नहीं चार्ज करती है, उसीलिए गूगल सर्च के लिए नहीं चार्ज करता है, उसीलिए यूट्यूब चार्ज नहीं करती है. दैट्स व्हाट इट इज. ओके, द नेक्स्ट इज क्योंकि द क्राउड लाइक every manufacturer, they want to reach out to the customer. And what a best way of reaching out customer through these platforms, through this social media. Okay. Then the next is democratize. That is the last one. डेमोक्रेटाइज मीन्स ये जो प्रोडक्ट है ऐसा होना चाहिए कि सबको, आपका जो प्रोडक्ट जो बनाए वो डेमोक्रेटाइज, एवरीबडी एवरीबडी शुड बी एबल टू यूज इट. हब के लिए जो भी चाहे, अगर चाहता है वो प्रोडक्ट लेना तो उसको मिल जाना चाहिए एट अ रीजनेबल कॉस्ट. Okay, so let's kind of look at this जो some example dematerialize. ये देख रहे हैं यहाँ पर देख रहे हैं ये he's got a he's got a transistor, he's got a tape player, he is a cassette player, he's got a phone something here, and then he's got a the CD player, lot of he's a computer, big computer, keyboard. So a lot of things are there. All that is gone. And lot of this you can this here. Look, all the other. So they are all gone and they have come into this smartphone. Just a little which just goes into your pocket. 20 साल के अंदर अंदर ये हुआ है. Future is faster than what you think. Demonetization. Look at this. Taxi fleet. टैक्सी आते हैं, टैक्सी को आप पैसा देते हैं तो somebody thought out, oh, इतने लोगों के पास कार है और they are not using their car all the time. वो बैठे रहती है कार. So why don't we call that car and car owner, if he wants to in his or her spare time wants to drive around the some of the customers. And that's how the Uber was formed. Uber is a huge company. So taxi fleet jo thi na, that was very it was not very convenient to the customers. बुलाओ, यू कॉल करो, टेलीफोन कॉल करते हैं, टैक्सी भेजो, टैक्सी आती है, टाइम ज़्यादा लगता है, एंड देन चार्जेस आर इवन मोर. अभी आप उबर चाहिए या ओला चाहिए, यू जस्ट कॉल और 15 मिनट के अंदर आपके घर के सामने वो गाड़ी आ जाएगी. दैट्स व्हाट इट इज. सो टैक्सी के जो फ्लीट है ना, इट हैज गॉन. नाउ इट हैज उबर हो गया, विच इज मोर convenient for the customer. Customer is paying less now, and customer is getting a better service. Amazon.com. Amazon start किया था book store से. They are the one who went and a bookstore को they took on the internet. And all the bookstores, all the things, they are all gone. Right? There's no bookstore that all are going out of business actually. Because every sale is being done on the internet. Then the long distance telephone call, that has become free. In 1973, when I came to this country, to the United States, the call was costing us $4 per minute. $4 per minute. Today, it is free. It is so good. So you see what convergence has done. Google, all the research libraries, no more. The libraries are kind of closing nowadays. So Google has everything for you, whatever research you want to do. Then classified ad. क्या आपको पेपर खरीदते थे और देखते उसमें कौन खरीद रहा है, कौन बेच रहा है, कहाँ पे एम्प्लॉयमेंट है, एंड इट इज ऑल दैट्स कॉल्ड क्लासिफाइड एड. Craigslist came out, and all of a sudden they do the same thing. So paper देखने की जरूरत ही नहीं है, पेपर खरीदने की जरूरत ही नहीं है. You just go to the website and you can get that. And then hotel chain हर जगह नहीं थी, या लिमिटेड होटल चेन्स थी. सो या उसमें कॉस्ट बहुत थी. सो नाउ somebody came up, Airbnb founders, they came up and says, सबके घर में कोई स्पेयर रूम तो रहता है. So why don't we just ask them, and if they want to rent a room in their house, or if they want to rent their house, that's how Airbnb are formed. And so they are making a lot of money, big money. And the democratization, look at this farmer in the remote African village. And he is just calling, saying, weather is good. And he is saying the price of the crop, what is happening. And so he can sell the crop at the appropriate, whatever that value proposition he is giving to the customer, he can get the cost at a higher rate or appropriate rate. So what's driving exponential technology growth? What drives this? Intel's he said that number of transistors doubled every year from 1958 until 65. 58 से 65 तक number of transistors they doubled, and it is likely to continue. So the number of transistor in a device, in a chip, number of transistors in the chip will, in the same unit area, they will be doubling. That's what he's saying here. So इंटीग्रेटेड सर्किट 1958 में जब बना, तो ये छोटे से आधा इंच का चिप था वो, एंड उसमें सिर्फ 2 ट्रांजिस्टर थे, 2 ट्रांजिस्टर्स. 1971 में the Intel produced their first microprocessor, which is called 4004, and that had 2300 transistors. It was the size जो था उसमें जो the lines which were there was like 10,000 nanometer. Speed, it was 740 kilohertz. और $1 का आता था चिप, जो ट्रांजिस्टर कॉस्ट $1 ट्रांजिस्टर का. सो और उसके बाद देन 2018 में इंटेल इंट्रोड्यूस i9, बहुत फास्ट कंप्यूटर इंट्रोड्यूस किया. And then, so it had 7 billion, more than 7 billion transistors, 14 nanometer. तो कहाँ यहाँ पर देखिए 10,000 नैनोमीटर था यहाँ पर 1971 में, और यहाँ पर 14 नैनोमीटर है। तो जो सेमीकंडक्टर में उसकी कॉस्ट कितनी कम हो गई, ये देख रहे हैं कि कितना एक एक सेंट का मिलियंथ पार्ट है जो एक ट्रांजिस्टर की कॉस्ट है, एक सेंट का मिलियन पार्ट। सो यू कैन सी दैट the product the in the semiconductor 6,500 times faster it has happened. It is 4.2 million times cheaper, and it is 27 plus billion fold improvement in the performance improvement. That's what has happened. Exponential. The disk drive. I started my career in the disk drive. So disk drive used to be 5 मेगाबाइट की डिस्क ड्राइव 1956 में 1,20,000 डॉलर की आती थी 1956 में। और 2005 में ये जो माइक्रोचिप है दैट हैड 128 मेगाबाइट्स $99 की। और समय बीता 128 गीगाबाइट gigabyte. Here was megabyte, right? This was megabyte, and this is a gigabyte. It is a $99 key. $99. See, here they kept the price $99 because they know, of course, the cost is much lower, but they know the value to the customer, the value proposition to the customer. Customer के लिए उसका customer does feel that, oh, this thing is worth $99. And that's why they use the number 99. Technology converts scarcity into abundance. Scarcity, जो भी कमी है, क्या चीज की कमी है हम लोगों के पास? दुनिया में क्या चीज की कमी है? दुनिया में एनर्जी कम है, दुनिया में पानी की कमी है, हेल्थ केयर सिस्टम दुनिया में कम है, एजुकेशन जो है वो दुनिया में कम है, पढ़ाने का तरीका, पढ़ाने के फैसिलिटी, टाइम, सबके पास, किसी के पास टाइम नहीं है, तो टाइम बहुत कम है। और मनी, मनी बहुत कम है, एवरीबडी वांट्स मनी। रिसोर्सेज, किसी भी प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने के लिए रिसोर्स, इतनी प्रॉब्लम है दुनिया में लेकिन रिसोर्स नहीं है, रिसोर्स की कमी है। एंड देन एक्सपर्टीज, एक्सपर्टीज की स्पेशल पीपल जो हैं दे आर नॉट देयर। एंड यू ऑल ऑफ यू, आप लोग सब, आप लोग यू आर गोइंग टू बिकम एक्सपर्ट। आप लोग जो आज सीख रहे हैं एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप में, all of you are going to become expert, and you want to make sure expert in making a business successful. So how do you make energy abundance? तो इसको, ये scarcity है ना, scarcity मतलब कमी है, एनर्जी की कमी है, पानी की कमी है, हेल्थ की कमी है, लर्निंग की कमी है, सब ये कमियां हैं। तो इस कमी को टेक दैट एज अ चैलेंज एंड हाउ इट विल बिकम abundance. सो एनर्जी abundance, तो जो सूर्य देवता जो किरणें देते हैं वो एक दिन में इट इज 6,000 टाइम्स more solar hits the earth surface than we consume every year. कितनी ज्यादा, right? कितनी ज्यादा. So all we have to do is capture that, use that. That is the opportunity, and that's why everywhere you see, everywhere, no matter where you go, whether it's India, whether it's China, whether it's Australia, all this, all the solar panel are being mounted in the farms, in the building top, so that it can be the energy can be captured. And then Tesla Tesla now went and they made this electrical vehicle, and they are right now their cost is less than बैटरी की कॉस्ट उसमें सबसे ज्यादा होती है जो इलेक्ट्रिकल व्हीकल में ईवी में बैटरी कॉस्ट सबसे ज्यादा होती है तो अभी है $100 पर किलोवाट आवर दैट्स व्हाट द कॉस्ट इज बैटरी का तो and that is mostly that is the that's the mostly cost for the which increases the price of the Tesla so as their goal Tesla's goal is कि इसको प्राइस कम करके instead of $100 per kilowatt hour इसको और कम किया जाए and they have been working that so यूनिट वॉल्यूम में उसी यूनिट वॉल्यूम में कितना कॉम्पैक्ट कर सकते हैं so the metallurgists are working on it. The chemistry people, chemical engineering people are working on it. The electrical people are working on it, and everybody is kind of working on it to make sure that they can make the battery which is more compact. So automotive industry में जो सब लोग everybody is trying to come into the electrical vehicle. Toyota, Panasonic teaming up for the battery. BMW is teaming up with solid state battery developer Solid Power. Porsche and BMW are collaborating on ultra fast electrical charge in 15 minutes. Volkswagen has invested in the stealth battery startup Quantum Space. So every company, every car company is trying to do that. So पिछले 100 साल में let us look at 4 innovation जो हुए हैं पिछले 100 साल में. ये सबसे पहले तो 1920 में पहला रेडियो स्टेशन बना था, फर्स्ट कमर्शियल रेडियो स्टेशन. Our first commercial radio station, it was in city of Pittsburgh in United States. So, फिर handheld hair dryer. Today you use that hair dryer so much. Everybody uses it. 1920 में बना था वो, इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ था और डिजाइन उसका ज्यादा चेंज नहीं हुआ है, जो उस समय था वैसा ही ऑलमोस्ट अभी डिजाइन है. Then the Band-Aid. Band-Aid. Look at this is the first ad of the Band-Aid. Adhesive dressing instantly applied. Right? That was the Band-Aid which became so popular. And even today we are using it. And then the fourth one is the 3-lens traffic light, the traffic spot. So 1920 में ये बना था. And today still we are using it. It's exactly the similar sign, similar build. So let us look at now the meta trend. Meta trend जो क्या है? तो meta trend बड़ा trend. तो एक तो है कि everyone is connected at gigabit speed. Right? Everybody. हर कोई connect हो जाएगा. And right now, of course, I'm sure you are experiencing, तभी सबके पास smartphone है, सबके पास, and you can reach out, whether no matter who it is, you can reach out through your telephone. Everyone, everywhere, they are connected at a very, very low cost, ultra low cost, very low cost. So connecting the globe, 5G in this 5G world, right? It was being tested just before COVID, and it was deployed in 2020. And my God, now you have a 5G network all over the place. So I want to say here, and look at the improvement. Improvement 3G was 384 kbps, and then 4G is 100 Mbps. Look at the amount, the number, look at the growth, exponential growth from 3G to 4G. And then went to 5G. It is 10 gigabit per second. So it from 384 gigabit per second in 2001 to 2020, 10 gigabit per second, and it has not stopped yet. So pretty soon you have the youth are growing, and youth are becoming more getting into it. All of you are so excited to graduate, and so you will be creating, you will be discovering, you will be consuming, you will be inventing, and you will also have a desire. So tens of trillions of annual PP, greatest period of the innovation ever. That's what is going to happen. You are witnessing a history where the world's GDP is going to grow very fast. Everything is connected. Sensors everywhere. It's not just people being connected. We are connecting everything and everywhere. In 2020, we had 20 billion connected devices. एक कंप्यूटर दूसरे के साथ मिला हुआ है. कंप्यूटर घर के साथ, घर के कंट्रोल के साथ है. So many other applications. जितने भी जो इलेक्ट्रिकल व्हीकल है, they are all connected, right? So 2020 में 20 बिलियन कनेक्टेड डिवाइस है with more than 1 trillion sensors के साथ बात कर रहे हैं. And 2030 में you will have 500 billion connected devices और 100 trillion sensors होंगे. सेंसर क्या होते हैं? ओ टेम्परेचर सेंसर है, ह्यूमिडिटी सेंसर है, टेम्परेचर सेंसर है. So kitna all those things, there are so many different different kind of sensor. Pressure sensor hai, right? So you when you do that and you see the growth, kitne sensor, 100 trillion sensors will be used, different kind of sensor. So what that will do is it will have an explosion of data. Everybody needs data. Explosion. Drones, हर जगह drones चल रहे हैं. They need the internet, they need the GPS in order to perform. So that's what they're trying to do. And then now AR and VR, augmented reality and virtual reality. And then of course autonomous cars. Autonomous cars is Waymo. Waymo is doing that autonomous car, and you'll be proud to know that Waymo is actually funded by Tata. That's Tata's company actually. Okay, future of perfect knowledge, data-driven AI, future of perfect knowledge, where you can know everything you want anytime, anywhere, and ask question never before possible before. So like today, it is so real. You go to ChatGPT and ask any question, and you get an answer. You get an answer which is fairly good. May not be accurate all the time, but it's fairly good. So AI algorithms are only as good as the data you feed. Because AI का algorithm कैसे बनाते हैं कि you feed the data. अगर ऐसा होगा तो ये होगा. That the algorithm tells it. And so we are now heading towards a decade of powerful data-driven AI. Data-driven AI. हम लोग को उसी तरह, all of us, we know that it is the, right now, the trend is data-driven AI. And we need to do the data. अगर मैं कहीं काम कर रहा हूँ, suppose I'm a welder, I need to know कि हर बार जब मैं वेल्डिंग करता हूँ तो कितना थिक रहता है, कितना उसमें टेम्परेचर हो रहा है. आई नीड टू नो दैट कि कौन से टेम्परेचर में वो बढ़िया काम करेगा. आई नीड टू नो दैट, राइट? सो everything is data driven. Health and biotech, that is coming together so much. Gene therapy, treatment approved, and more than 400 trials are going on. Gene therapy, और gene therapy में a new DNA editing tool with the potential to correct 89% of the genetic defect. जो genetic disease होती हैं, they can edit your DNA. और जो है then those genetic वाली जो है, that they can cure like 89%. That is so amazing. You can think of prime editors to be like word processor, right? Word processor capable of searching for target DNA sequence and precisely replacing them. So this is Dr. David Liu. इसे कि उसी तरह समझिए कि जैसे वर्ड प्रोसेसर में लिखा हुआ है कुछ और आप किसी वर्ड को ढूंढ रहे हैं, लाइक सर्च एंड या फाइंड. सो दैट्स व्हाट. And replace that, search and replace. So you right now we have in the word we can do that. So that's what they are saying. It will be like, it'll say search all the in the DNA all the link which are not good. So it will search and replace it with this link. So that's how the gene therapy is going to help you, increasing human longevity and the health span. बहुत lot of work is being done कि why people get old. So they're saying the getting old, aging जो है, aging is actually a disease, and that disease can be cured. All the work which is happening, these are most of the companies who are doing this, the universities, the businesses, Unit Bio, the all this like neurosciences. So elite editors. So all of these are technologies which are coming up, and you should actually go and look at them. See if any of those interest you. So Dr. Sinclair said, he said, he said that aging is a disease and that disease is treatable. That's what he said. It's so amazing. Then talk to the artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence could have more profound implication for humanity than electricity or fire. इलेक्ट्रिसिटी और फायर ने बहुत कमाल किया था वर्ल्ड को वर्ल्ड ग्रोथ में बहुत. और फिर लेकिन सुंदर पिचाई ये कह रहे हैं कि इसका जो इम्प्लीकेशन ह्यूमैनिटी के लिए वो उससे भी इलेक्ट्रिसिटी और फायर से भी ज्यादा होगा. सो कंपनीज हैव टू रेस. Elon Musk, this is Elon Musk. He says company have to race to build AI or they will be made uncompetitive. Right? अगर वो AI नहीं यूज करेंगे तो they will become uncompetitive. So you have to in your work start using AI. You should be doing that. Essentially, if your competitor is racing to build AI, they will crush you. क्योंकि हर कोई तो कॉस्ट रिडक्शन के लिए सोचता है ना. And cross reduction is what will help you in this. AI will help you in doing that. You create the AI agent to do this automation. So Elon Musk says there will be two kinds of companies. दो ही टाइप की कंपनी बचेंगी. एक तो जो AI यूज करते हैं और दूसरी जो कि they have gone out of business. Those are the only two kind of companies will remain. What a bold statement. NVIDIA, NVIDIA, I talked about this, उसका GPU जो है, that is a graphical processing unit. That's what it was actually. But it is processing a lot of data. And all of a sudden they realize, oh my God, we can really make it. And that's how they started using it. Just CPU who are central processing unit, but this is GPU. So they start processing a lot of data through the GPU, which is very fast. And that is the reason that that the NVIDIA as a company, इसकी जो कीमत है वो $3.5 trillion है, सबसे ज्यादा. $3.5 trillion. Such a huge, huge, huge number. Okay. Speeding up intensive tasks like crunching data to develop vaccine to fight COVID-19. Thanks NVIDIA, because they are the one who kind of help the equipment which they made, the system which they made, which can process it very fast. AI will reach human level intelligence by 2029. Just 5 साल के बाद AI will be at the human level. AI will drive Starship autonomous delivery robot on college campus. कॉलेज कैंपस में ये सब जो रोबोट होंगे, और जो डिलीवरी का चार्ज होगा, इट ओनली अबाउट $2. Look at this. Within 24 months, Waymo becomes first automation car on road without safety driver. ये Waymo की कार है, and just they are being used right now. ये ड्रोन है, look at this. Flying cars are here too. 150 startup हुए अभी flying car में. And more than $1 billion have been invested in that car. So that is coming just soon. Boston Dynamics, they are expert in the robots, and they have this Atlas robot which they have built. Excellent. This is probably closest to the human. So they are still working on it. लेकिन अभी AI beats human. What will happen here, if you read this, AI beats human lawyers in contract reading competition. Look at this. This is a really disruption. तो अगर जो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट जो है, जो लीगल कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है, तो उन्होंने 50 लॉयर को इकट्ठा किया, बोले भाई आप इसको देखो, क्या इसमें गलत है, क्या सही है। और दूसरी तरफ उन्होंने एआई को कहा कि भाई तुम देखो। वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग। व्हाट हैपेंड ह्यूमन वर्सेस एआई इन रीडिंग अ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट। Humans took 92 minutes average with 85% accuracy. 92 minutes, 85% accuracy. AI ने 26 सेकंड में वो काम कर दिया. And the accuracy is 94%. 94% accuracy. So the decade जो अभी आने वाला है, अभी ये जो है इट्स अबाउट ह्यूमन एंड एआई कोलैबोरेशन. हम लोग को काम करना पड़ेगा और एआई के साथ काम करना पड़ेगा. यूज द एआई टू आवर एडवांटेज. दैट्स व्हाट वी हैव टू डू. लेकिन कौन सी इंडस्ट्री में हम लोग करेंगे? योर मिशन, व्हाट इज योर मिशन? योर मिशन इज टू ऑटोमेट द रूटीन. जो भी रूटीन जॉब है उसको ऑटोमेट करो एंड ह्यूमनाइज द एक्सेप्शनल. और जो नहीं कर सकते वहां पे यूज द ह्यूमन. दैट्स व्हाट विल हैपन. That's what is going on now. That's why lot of coders are out of job right now, because machine अपना कोडिंग कर देती है. Never let a crisis go to waste. Be a aspirin, not vitamin. इसका मतलब हुआ आप इलाज कीजिए, दवा एकदम प्रॉपर दवा दीजिए. अगर सर दर्द है तो एस्प्रिन ही उसका सर दर्द मिटाएगा, या टाइलोनॉल. और अपने बिजनेस मॉडल, री इन्वेंट योर बिजनेस मॉडल. देखिए पहले कैसा था और अब बिजनेस मॉडल कितना रिलैक्स हो गया. यू कैन सी दैट. हॉस्पिटल, री इन्वेंट द हॉस्पिटल. एंड अपोलो हॉस्पिटल डिड वन थिंग वंडरफुल. जब कोविड का समय आया तो जब उनके हॉस्पिटल की कमी पड़ गई तो दे वेंट एंड होटल में जाके दे स्टार्टेड रेंटिंग देयर रूम. और वहीं पर पेशेंट का इंतजार कर लगे, इलाज करने लगे। और क्योंकि उस समय कोई ट्रैवल भी नहीं कर रहा था, so that was a very good thought. And turning empty hotel rooms into hospital rooms with remote monitoring and a doctor nurse living in the first hotel, right? So that's reinventing and placing uh, digitized. So market cap, देखो यहाँ पर, this is very interesting this year कि जूम जूम कंपनी की वैल्यूएशन थी करीबन $47 बिलियन कोविड के पहले। आज उसकी वैल्यूएशन है $130 बिलियन। 130। और इट हैज गॉन टू 300 नाउ, $300 बिलियन, राइट? सो लुक एट ऑल द एयरलाइन। साउथ वेस्ट 14 बिलियन, 14.6 बिलियन, डेल्टा 12.4, यूनाइटेड 5.9। लुक एट ऑल दी वैल्यूज। तो ये सब कार की ऐसे जो 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 एयरलाइन कंपनी है, जूम इटसेल्फ इज मच बिगर देन दैट। सब मिला भी लेंगे तब भी जूम विल बी बिगर। द डे बिफोर समथिंग इज ब्रेक थ्रू, इट इज अ क्रेजी आइडिया। सो आइडिया, अब जब आप बोलते हैं ना कि सर आइडिया है हमारे पास, तो उस आइडिया पर, उस पर काम करते रहो। डोंट लेट दैट आइडिया डाई टिल यू हैव प्रूवन योर हाइपोथेसिस। डोंट लेट इट डाई, कीप ऑन गोइंग till you complete your research. Logical conclusion idea के लिए. So when idea comes, you look at the idea, you do the research, go on the chat GPT and see who else is there, who is the competition. Bring the screen to you, AR, VR. right? देखो कितना augmented reality and virtual reality. Screen comes so close to you. ब्रेन कंप्यूटर इंटरफेस, ये आजकल बहुत चल रहा है न्यूरो सर्जरी में। सो दे हैव डेवलप्ड राइस साइज ब्रेन इम्प्लांट्स। राइस साइज, ये छोटा सा है, that can communicate with each other at 10 megabit per second. So those devices can communicate with each other. And this year you will see that this lady could not see before, and these 100 electrode array were plugged in directly into her visual cortex, and that restored her vision. Can you imagine? That restored her vision. That has created a hope, created a hope. So be the abundance of mindset, a decade of abundance, 2010 से 2020, renewable energy, 10 times solar energy capacity हो गई है. That's what it is. Look at this. And so, and then you say battery, electrical vehicle. Look, that's why where it is growing. Then more people have access to electricity. That is so true, right? A lot of people. Then also famine, or less people died from the famine today, because खाने की अवेलेबिलिटी अब ज्यादा हो गई है. And then the extreme poverty that is growing, that is growing smaller and smaller and smaller. So that is very good. Child mortality, ये भी अब कम हो गई है. Look, it used to be 6.9, almost 7 million. Now it is 5.4 million. Final abundance thought. A negative mind will never give you a positive life. जब भी कोई आइडिया आए, ऐसा मत सोचे कि ये तो होगा ही नहीं. ऐसे सोचो कि कैसे हम संभव करें कि ये हो जाए. What should I do? Be a positive thinker. पॉजिटिव थिंकर रहोगे तो यू विल ऑलवेज विन. नेगेटिव रहेगा रहोगे तो यू विल जस्ट कीप ऑन द नेगेटिविज्म पार्ट ऑफ इट. बट बी स्मार्ट. पॉजिटिव रहो और स्मार्ट रहो. दैट्स यू आर गोइंग टू विन. तुम्हारी जीत उसी में होगी. पॉजिटिव एंड स्मार्ट. Then remember, the world's biggest problem are the world's biggest opportunity. बोलना बहुत प्रॉब्लम है. You hear that lot of time. Oh, आजकल तो बहुत प्रॉब्लम है. All you have to do is identify one of those problems and start working on it. Okay, so you can go and actually, if you want a copy of this, of course, this slide will be available to you. The video is available to you, and slide also I'll make them available. But yeah, you can always go to Keynote at Peter Diamandis Joanne on Diamandis.com, and you get it. We're so thankful to Peter for creating this and letting me present to the students of Jharkhand University. So this is I wanted to share. This is something different. I wanted to share the mindset. Look at the mindset, what you should be having, what you should be thinking. Positive mindset. Thank you so much. And I'm looking forward to the class. And I hope all of you have a good day. Enjoy yourself. And go through these slides and go through the videos at your leisure time whenever you want to do it. Immaterial the day, time of the day. Okay. All right. Thank you very much. And looking forward to meet you next time.